great day, Hollywood. I hope you had a great weekend. We have a really big show for all of you, so let's get right to it. So over the weekend, CMA Fest happened, kicking off on Thursday, going all the way to Sunday. A lot of country stars appeared at this big event, and we are taking you backstage as we had a camera crew go out on site to speak with some of your favorite country stars. So check it out.
It's time for CMA Fest. Get ready for the ultimate country music fan experience, heating up downtown Nashville from June 6th to 9th.
Hey, feels like we were here 6 months ago, which tells me life is moving too fast.
So this is our very first time getting to play in Nissan Stadium for CMA Fest. And it was such an incredible, monumental, as Danica said, moment for us. I know we were all super, super nervous before we went on, but once we got out there, it was like, all right,
was a rush.
let's do it.
Yes, and oh my goodness, you could feel the energy pulsating in the room. The crowd was amazing, and I can't wait to do it again, y'all.
Oh, it feels great to be on the main stage at CMA Fest. I mean, it just feels great to be at CMA Fest, especially on a night like tonight. It's beautiful out there.
This past year has been a whirlwind. I mean, that is the word that I keep using. That's the word that I keep seeing. I keep hearing from other people, even strangers. Just trying to keep one foot on the ground. It's really kind of hard to wrap your head around everything that's been happening. It's like one blessing after another, but we've been trying to zoom out as much as we possibly can to really see just how far we've come in a short amount of time. Like, don't count the 13 years I've been here, but let's talk about the last couple. It's been crazy.
The coolest thing about this year for me is it's actually my first time on the main stage at Nissan Stadium. I got to play the satellite stage last year, and I did Need a Favor and Save Me. And then I got to come back, or Need a Favor and Son of a Sinner, and then I got to come back. So this was like really kind of my debut to the main stage and the real stadium feel. It's real.
What's unique is historically I've always done the Sunday night, and now I've done the Friday night tonight. And so when I've done Sunday nights, it's because I've done concerts on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then I have to do a fifth night in a row. So now my voice feels good tonight, and I'm gonna have some fun. I can just get up there and sing and cut up, so.
Oh my gosh, I feel like the best thing that I ever did for myself was be a fan. And the best thing that I continue to do for myself as an artist is be a fan. I mean, even a couple years ago, I think I played on the Friday or Saturday, and I came back with my mom the next day and watched the show. I really try to fill that cup, and especially CMA Fest. It is, everyone's favorite artists are all here at the same time, and to be able to have 30 minutes to watch them on stage or 30 seconds to meet them in a meet and greet. Like, it makes such a difference. I can say that because I've been the one waiting. I've been the one in the nosebleeds here at Nissan. So it's important and it's magical. And I would say if you're someone that's here as a fan that wants to be in music, be a fan.
I mean, me and the band were talking about it today. I think this year will be our 10th year of playing the big stage, which is crazy, because in some ways it does feel like I've been doing this that long, but in other ways it feels like it was kind of yesterday, and I think that's kind of a sign that you love your job. And me and the band have been doing this for 12, 13 years now, and so I think every year you're never a shoe-in, to play this stage, and so it's always been really awesome to know that every year we get asked. It's just a big deal, for me and for my family, and because I've been coming to this since I was 4. And so, getting to play at Nissan, it's just such a rush, getting to know that not everybody in the crowd is from Nashville. There's people. I met a girl from New Zealand yesterday that flew here from, how long that flight is. And so to know the kind of impact that country music is making, not just in North America and Canada, but in the UK and Australia and all over the place. And so it really is a very humbling experience to get out there and give them your best, 35 minutes. And we don't take it lightly. So
just being out there in the summertime, watching the fans dance and know that they've spent their money they spent hard-earned money to come watch me, and watching them react to the songs and watching them fall in love and just be a part of the musical journey.
But I got a beer in my hand.
What a fun weekend for country music fans. I hope to get out there next year. Seems like the perfect event to kick off the summer months. Yeah. So now let's move on to our next topic. Obesity, oh yeah, that's right, is one of the most common chronic health issues in the U.S. today. But new weight loss medications like GLP-1s are offering people a helpful resource on their weight loss journey. Joining us right now to discuss from Hims and Hers is Senior Vice President of Weight Loss, Dr. Craig Primack. Hello, Dr. Primack. Welcome.
Good morning, Noah.
It's really nice to have you on the show. So first off, doctor, can you share the impact that obesity can have on overall health? Talk to us about that.
Actually, obesity is one of the most common chronic health issues in the U.S. today. We say about 1 in 3 adults have obesity. If you really look at a percentage, it's probably even closer to 40%. If you add in overweight, it goes up to about 70% of our society. And this causes many illnesses such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even several cancers. Weight loss actually helps to combat that. Even 5 and 10% makes it better. And obviously, more is always better for weight loss.
Oh, absolutely. Now, doctor, what are some of the common myths surrounding weight loss medications? Because so many are trying to use the Ozempic and other name brands. And I'm like, let's just lose weight naturally, right?
Well, if we could lose weight all naturally, we would. So we do need some tools. Now, that being said, many people assume weight loss medications are magical. They are not. They're excellent tools for decreasing your hunger and therefore being able to decrease your overall calorie intake. But their effects are not done in isolation. We combine them with a healthy lifestyle approach, balanced diet, regular exercise, things like that. The second thing that I get asked all the time, especially with the GLP-1s, is are these injections painful? And the injection is a tiny needle placed just under the skin. It feels like a small pinch. And I tell people all the time, and I pinch myself like this, and I say, this little pinch hurts more than this needle. And for the most part, people do really good with self-administering the GLP-1s. And I think the third, call it myth or question, is that people think because these are so effective, they must come with dangerous side effects. Like all medicine, there is risk of side effects, but there's really only 3 with the GLP-1s that we talk about, and they're generally mild: nausea, heartburn, and constipation. With a little bit of dose changes or some over-the-counter medications, it's pretty well controlled. The benefits of these drugs, we believe, outweigh the risk for many people, especially when compared to the health risk of being overweight. At Hims and Hers, this personalized approach that we designed for each person means this customized treatment is to increase weight loss and decrease these side effects.
Now, instead of using other name brand medications, how about Hims and Hers? They're helping people on their weight loss journey. Talk to us about this.
Yeah, I think the thing is to believe that we believe that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. At Hims and Hers, we developed an overall personalized weight loss offering designed around 2 things: affordability and effectiveness. And there's a couple things to know. The first is our new offering is a GLP-1 medication. It's science-backed, it's doctor developed, available for people 100% online and for as little as $199 a month. Through our app, which is great, you get connected with a licensed healthcare professional that helps with you to decide the recommended treatment, to give you realistic nutrition tips for snacks, for meals. And then the app has all these trackers. One of them helps you count your steps each day to help you reach your exercise goals. And then I think that's important to get to at the end of the day is when starting treatment, we prioritize safety. We send you syringes, sterile, single use. The ingredients from the drugs come from an FDA-regulated supplier. And last but not least, several of our states in the summer months, there's a lot of heat, so they come to you with cold packs and protected as it goes through the mail.
Now, where should we go for more information, doctor?
Yeah, for more information for men, go to hims.com/GLP-1. And for women, go to forhers.com/GLP-1.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, and you take care and have a great day.
Thank you, Noah.
Kim Elliott, the Chief Nursing Officer of Brookdale Senior Living, is here to join us on Great Day Hollywood to discuss the latest statistics on Alzheimer's, the early warning signs to be aware of, and the importance of socialization and physical activity. June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, and she joins us right now to discuss this topic. Welcome, Kim. Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Now, first off, Kim, how prevalent is Alzheimer's in the United States? Are those numbers expected to increase in the years to come?
You know, it's very prevalent, and the numbers are really staggering. Today, it impacts nearly 7 million Americans over the age of 65, and they're saying that could rise to 13 million by 2050.
Oh, that's not good at all. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad that we're talking about this because, my grandmother, she might have had a form of Alzheimer's or mixed with dementia, and she passed away from all that. So I know what families are going through, and it's so tough to see a loved one go through something like that. But Kim, what are some of the early warning signs of Alzheimer's and cognitive decline in general? Talk to us about that.
Yes, at first it can be very subtle, and you may not even notice, but you'd start to pick up on some small things. So maybe it's something like poor judgment, decisions they typically make, and you're just curious as to why did they make the choice that they did. You're also going to see, just memory loss as you would expect, but then sometimes it's changes in mood and personality. They may be always easygoing, laid back, and then all of a sudden they're irritable, easily angered, and just come across as a different person.
Now, why is physical activity, so important for the health of seniors and their brains in particular?
Physical exercise is important to us at all ages. We all think that, we want to exercise, we want to get in better shape or lose weight, but it goes along the life continuum. When seniors, they often have, maybe it's a knee that bothers them or a back, but circulation just improves the ability to think, to be able to reason, to be able to, you need to promote that brain health and decrease that risk for decline. So exercise is important the entire lifespan.
And socialization is very important too, Kim. Why is that so important for the seniors' health? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so if you think about what we went through with the pandemic, think about when we were isolated in our homes. We didn't have the socialization, we didn't have the social skills that we once had. We weren't used to being in a crowd of people or waiting in a line or being patient. The same thing happens as you age. The less you're out and about, the more that you're more socially isolated. So it's important to be able to keep that brain functioning going. Conversations with others and different people stimulates the mind and really has the ability to reduce your memory loss.
Now, Kim, where should we go for more information on everything that we have discussed this morning for Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month?
Sure, you can go to brookdale.com/memory, and there you'll find just resources and where to reach out for help. Having somebody that's experienced that can help you through it and connect you with other people that are going through the same thing is really important.
Well, Kim Elliott, thank you so much for coming on the show to inform us about this topic, and you take care and have a nice summer.
Thank you, you too.
It's summertime, and millions of Americans are firing up their grills for cookouts and backyard parties. Today, we are getting tips from one of the hottest chefs in the country to help take your backyard barbecues to the next level. Chef Britt Rescigno, the semifinalist this year on Food Network's hit show Tournament of Champions and grilling guru, is here to share some of her secrets on how to grill the perfect meal from kebabs to steaks. Good morning, Chef Britt. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, Chef, first off, what are your best tips for having a successful backyard barbecue this year?
So, some tips I have for you. First and foremost, go out there and have fun. Be that showstopper, get those flames going, have a blast on the grill. Everyone knows the coolest person is definitely on the grill, right?
Oh, yeah. That is for sure, indeed.
Absolutely. And we have some useful tips too when it comes to grilling. You want to make sure your grill is super duper ripping hot, and always oil your grill and not your proteins.
Now, when it comes to cooking your steak, seasoning is very important, as we all know. How do you go about seasoning your steak? Talk to us about that.
Sure. So when I pull my steaks out before I'm grilling, I like to bring them out to room temperature about 30 to 40 minutes ahead of time. And, since they're getting out into room temp, I want to make sure that I'm seasoning them now. So I'm going to get my salt and pepper and whatever seasonings you want to use, have fun with it. Get them out there so that they can really penetrate to the center of the meat.
Now, speaking of being adventurous, what are some recipes people can grill that are outside of the box this summer?
Yeah, some fun things that you can do is, I love a good Asian salad with some, gochujang steaks that are marinated in gochujang and some brown sugar and soy sauce. And then, what's really cool is Pri has a grass-fed and grass-finished ground beef. And I love to take that and add some soy sauce and some ginger and garlic and, a lot of other fun Asian seasonings. Get that on a skewer and make a nice little satay. And then I like to serve it with a Thai noodle salad and some peanut dipping sauce.
Look at that. That looks amazing.
So good.
Goodness, making me so hungry, Chef Britt. Now, for home cooks who are focused on sustainability when they are grilling this summer, what are some tips that you have to help them achieve this goal?
So sustainability for me is so important. What's good for you and what's good for the environment is really what I'm looking for, especially as a chef, right? Because I'm feeding everyone. Something to look for is some grass-fed and grass-finished protein products. And then another cool little thing is forget about the aluminum foil. Get your proteins right on that grill. Get your vegetables on the grill, your fruits. You want that smoky flavor. You want that beautiful char that grill is going to really develop for you. So keep the sustainability up and forget about the aluminum foil.
Now, Chef Britt, as we're talking all about a backyard barbecue party this summer, do you have any other tips, ideas you want to share with us?
Yeah, don't forget about your fruit. That's something that I love to add to an awesome kebab. You could add peaches, you can add pineapples, and it just really takes your kebab from the average, normal kebab to wow, what's this yummy bite?
Yeah. Delicious. I love it.
Yum.
Now, Chef Britt, where should we go for more information on all the great things that we have discussed this morning?
Absolutely. So to find Pri's grass-fed, grass-finished products, you can go to Amazon Fresh and Instacart to get those awesome products. And if you want some more information, go to eatpri.com.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. You take care. You have a great day. We'll have all the information below. And Chef Britt, you have a nice summer.
Thank you so much for having me, and have fun on the grill.
You may know of Salah Bashir, who immigrated to Canada from Lebanon in the 1960s and has been a gay activist who has worked in the film world for over 4 decades. He is the author of First to Leave with Ordinary People Who Happen to Be Famous, where he shares his personal stories, some short, some long, some surprising, others juicy, and all fascinating, of the celebrities he has known. I spoke with him a couple of days ago, and here's what he had to say about the book. Check it out.
Thank you for having me.
Now, First to Leave the Party is a compelling memoir about your amazing life and some of the extraordinary celebrities that you befriended. Now, tell us about the title. What does it refer to?
Well, we all want to leave when people still want more from us. We all want to not get involved where there's all kinds of stuff that happens when you get later. It's about self-preservation as well. I'm diabetic, and you don't want to drink too much, and there's too much usually going on, and everybody knows what happens at a party later. So wanted to get out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not
Now,
like I didn't party. I was often last before that, but I learned to be first to leave.
Right. And that's why it's the title of the book. And also, too, you grew up a child of Lebanese immigrants to Canada. Why did you want to share your story at this time in your life? Like, what was your, motivation?
I had got, after COVID, I had before COVID, I had a kidney transplant and I had some issues. And while in the hospital, I started posting short stories like about Doris Day on her birthday or Ella Fitzgerald, and it turned into a book. But I also wanted to talk about celebrity people as ordinary people, not someone we worship or fawn over or anything else like that.
Right. Now, one of the stories that you share in the book is you took a trip to Paris to celebrate your birthday in the late 80s and how it helped you change the course of your life. You know, you met St. Laurent and his partner, and you were welcomed into a rarefied world of gay celebrity. Salah, how did that experience lead you to your decision to come out as gay?
Well, it was 1985. My birthday's October 3rd. Rock Hudson had died on October 2nd. Of AIDS, and so there was a lot of leeriness and people were afraid. It wasn't like COVID where people told us what to do and you know how to behave. It was scary whether we could drink from the same glass. And I went a few days later to Paris at different parties, and I didn't want to be in the closet anymore. I didn't want to hide from one person. You know, I wanted to be out to my family and friends who had some of them had known for a long time. But I wanted to be out there. I wanted to be an activist. I wanted to work on AIDS. And
good for you.
Yeah, I had started working about a year earlier with AIDS charities, and but I definitely wanted to be out there. I think the book cover says I'm as out there as possible.
Now, Salah, coming out to your parents in the late 80s, how was that time like for you? You know, like, how did your parents react to that? Because some parents still react to their kids coming out as, you know, gay, bi, whatever it might be. They have a hard time grasping it.
You know, I'm one of the luckiest one. The only thing my mother said to me is, I want you to have a child who's half as nice to you as you have been to us. Nothing else. And my dad would often joke when I bring friends over and he'd say, nice shoes. Is he the one? Should I be nicer to him? And I'd say like, no, it's a friend, Dad. So it was one of those experiences where a lot of other friends who were thrown out of their houses, people who had HIV, you know, where you couldn't talk to their parents, had totally disregarded them and had no family. But mine was fortunately from a Lebanese queer family. I'm queer, they're not. But,
yeah, right.
So that's it.
Well, that's great that you know, that you have a good relationship with your family, and, you know, so many people, they just love and adore you, you know, from being in Hollywood. And, you know, in the book, you share stories of friendships and encounters with people like Elizabeth Taylor, Katharine Hepburn, Aretha Franklin, Muhammad Ali, Doris Day, Celine Dion, the list could continue. What characteristics, if any, do they have in common? Talk to us about that.
I think they're all seeking community, trying to fit in, trying not to be that star. Sometimes we'll have a role to play as either somebody as running a company, or somebody starring in a great film or singing, and how down to earth they could be. I mean, Celine Dion, I connected through her husband, René Angelil, who's also Lebanese. And at some point, people thought we looked alike. And yeah, I think they're all doing their job and trying to do it as well as they can.
It is Pride Month. How do you celebrate Pride Month? Because so many people celebrate differently, you know, how do you celebrate?
I try not, there's so many things. I was Grand Marshal twice here in Toronto, and there's a few events I'm speaking at. I helped rebuild one of the largest gay lesbian community centers in the world.
Good
called
for you.
the 519, which is celebrating its 50th anniversary next year. And yeah, so I'll be around. You know, some of the younger people called me an elder. It's kind of, but
you're not an. Oh my.
So I have to speak to some different organizations like that.
Oh, the young people of it all. Oh my goodness. Come on, young people. You know. Well, first to leave the party, My Life with Ordinary People Who Happen to Be Famous is now available in bookstores. Go pick up a copy, you guys. Thank you, Salah Bashir, for coming on the show. It was so nice to meet you, and we really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
What a super fun show. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks to all my great guests. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you back here next time on Great Day Hollywood. So many greats. Bye-bye.